Hello everyone and welcome to Stitching Ain't Easy. My name is Ashley. Thank you so very much for joining me today. It is early in the morning. Haven't had coffee, all those things. Today is March 28th. I thought I would come out here this morning, say hello. I plan on coming back this evening. Am I right? At 6 o'clock for a live. And we will just hang out and chat, but we will also go through some LuLaRoe and some Pure Romance things. He said I have leggings. It's very exciting. I mentioned this like a little bit ago that I have leggings, and we were supposed to do a live a couple days ago, and I have been out of commission, to say the least. And so yeah, turn the heater down. Yeah, so we didn't do that. Most of you probably noticed. Some of you may not have, but that's okay too. But tonight at 6 p.m. we're going to do a live. I'll put up an announcement a little bit before time. I'll also do a post today on the community post tab just in case you want to watch this video. So, okay, but we will do LuLaRoe leggings, some Elsa's, Evelyn's, some Jack's, and some Pure Romance. So, yeah, that'll be this evening. I just want to do a quick hello and recap because I haven't been on here. I was supposed to have a craft fair last weekend, and that was kind of what this video, or probably yesterday's video, would have been. Craft fair update, all of those things. We didn't end up going to that craft fair. I felt really rough, to say the least. And then it was just like, okay, is it worth feeling this crummy now? And then in 2 days, you know, feeling even worse, if whatever. And so we didn't go. It was a Friday night, Saturday fair. We decided not to go. We ended up going on Saturday. We just ran in town real fast and went to a craft fair that's like a big deal around here. There's like a traveling craft fair type thing. And I've thought about getting in it a few times, but I've heard from several people, you never know. It's like, it's expensive as all get out. Like ridiculously expensive to have a table there. And then you never know if people are going to show up or not. So I was like, okay, for our town, but it's not going to be that great. Let's go see. And so we went, and it wasn't. My hubby, should I say, has a cousin that had a table there, and she was at the other craft fair that we were supposed to go to over the weekend. They also had a table at that one, and it was just like a little bitty podunk thing. I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal at all. So and then the next day, like on Friday night, they were there. On Saturday, she went to the big one, and her hubby stayed at the little one. And I guess Friday night, they did really well at the little school. Saturday, like, nobody. It was like non-existent, not even really worth it. She's like, so it didn't really make Friday even worth it. And I'm like, okay, cool. Glad we didn't drive over an hour to get there, and me feeling like I did, and all of those things. Plus, booth rent was, for what it was kind of pricey for what it was. It's more than I've spent at something like that anyway. Just like a little hometown thing. It was kind of expensive, and also they're like, if you want to donate an item also, I'm like, I'll do one or the other. Like, I'll either give y'all money or, you know, nothing personal, just trying to make stuff happen. I've already given y'all, like, I mean, it was yeah, for what it was. It's like, oh my gosh. And so I don't know if that was their deal too, if like they knew that they weren't going to do all that well, you know, and so maybe up the booth rent a little bit. I don't know, but they were supposed to have a big baseball tournament, and that was kind of like the draw to the craft fair. Well, it rained and rained and rained and rained and rained Thursday and Friday, and so it rained all of that out. So they moved it to where we had the last craft fair 2 weeks ago. That's where they moved. I was like, it didn't rain there. Derek's like, yeah, exactly. But anyway, because they're like 15 minutes away from one another, so I don't know why to just cancel the baseball tournament, but yeah, they moved it. So, which I guess they have like some kind of turf or something really fancy, which is hilarious because they have an 8-man football team, which means that their town is about this big. So they're teeny tiny. There's hardly anyone that lives there, and they have a really nice turf baseball field. I'm like, hey, you know, we don't need library books. We have 4-day weeks as long as our football field and our baseball field look nice. American education, you know what I mean? So anyway, it's crazy. But yeah, they have a really nice baseball field apparently. Okay, so, anyway, yeah, but turf on the field, I don't know. But so they still had the baseball tournament, like I said, but in a different town. So the craft fair wasn't as whatever, I guess, as they had hoped, according to her, which I'm going to trust her judgment because she's pretty hip to that whole area. So anyway, yeah, so according to, said hubby's cousin, which I guess 21 years in would be, or, yeah, would be my cousin too. We celebrated our anniversary last week, so I guess, you know, family is family, right? Anyway, but yeah, she didn't do too hot. It was kind of like, why did I even do it? And then same thing at the big one, the traveling craft fair. Said booth rent was like, really? For like, from 10 to 3? Okay. And, as it's like from 9 to 3. But for that long, it was really expensive. And then I was like, so how are you doing? You know, because that was kind of a thing too, like a bonus for me. It's like I could go and ask her personally, you know, just like walking up and asking people was kind of one thing. But it's like, if I know someone, I can be like, hey, give me the deeds. So she's like, yeah, it's pretty lame. She's like, you know, she's like, I've done okay, but I haven't really been that, you know, done that well. And she's like, and then also she's like, you know, the people right across from me aren't really helping either. And I was just like, okay, yeah, totally. You know, trying to be all cool or whatever. I'm just like, oh, whoops, did I drop something to look across instead of just being like, you know, right across from her, like where she sat and looked the whole entire day. The exact same thing that she sells. No one else in the whole entire building. There's like, it's a big giant warehouse is where they were at. And there are 2 big, ginormous rooms. Nobody else in either of those rooms, except for the 2 people that are right across from each other, were selling the same thing. And I was like, that's wrong. She's like, I'm a little salty about it. And I was like, yeah, I would think so, because they're like, you know, you could just be like, oh, well, let's see, which one of these would I rather have? I mean, it was like that. And that's what I told her. I was like, you know, this is exactly how I felt at the fair last time. Because it's like, how can I sell my stuff for this much if there's someone right here selling it for, you know, a quarter of that price? It's not going to happen. She's like, exactly. So yeah. Anyway, so I don't think I'm going to do the traveling one because, like I said, I've heard that from a few people. It's like, it'll be really good. It's awful. And I've heard more it's awfuls than it's really goods. And I was not impressed at all. Like, as big of a deal as they make about it, and it's like, whatever it is, they had a little sign up, and then like a little table where you could buy a t-shirt or like a zipper pouch, and that was it. And I was just like, what the heck? Like, there's nothing else like a big deal, like, you know, I don't know. I was just like, for it to be such a big thing and for everyone to talk about it, like, this is really lame. So yeah, so I know, I mean, which is great because then now I know. Avoid that. There's another one that's kind of the same deal. It's like a traveling one that I talked about. That was the February craft fair that I was supposed to be in and all that. And then the lady would never get back to me. Was like, you know, here are all of my pictures and all my stuff. And she's like, great, you're in. And then like a month later sent me a deal. It was like, my jewelry's full. And I'm like, that's phenomenal. I don't sell jewelry. I sell crochet. And then like never ever got back to me again. Even though she said I was in. Like, same thing. Like the traveling craft fairs, like, I don't know. I just want someone that's like right there and does the thing, I think. Yeah, but it kind of worked out though. So I wanted to tell you guys this story because it made my day. So, okay. If y'all remember, getting the Wayback Machine, Mr. Peabody and Sherman it. So, like our first craft fair, numero uno, very first craft fair at the little bitty tiny town that I didn't think was going to be great at all, ended up being amazing. I ended up making a gnome hat for the one lady for Halloween. It was so fun, the little like witchy spooky fun gnome hat. So whenever we were at that craft fair, right behind us and over, there was a booth that was like a nursery, like plants and things. And I mentioned to you all then that I asked her if she ever gets string of pearls in, and because those are like my favorite, well, succulent, they're so cool and I can't find them anywhere. And so she's like, you know, sometimes I do something, you know, but they usually go out pretty quick. And I'm like, I can see that. And so asked her about those, and then like the dolphins, the one that looked like little dolphins. And so she anyway, we talked plants, and at the end, like, well, I sat there and her little girl was with her. And she kept walking by our table and like looking at little octopus that I had. There was one in particular. It was the Mainstay chenille. It's like the white one with all the little like pink and yellow and blue and greens in it, like little speckledy yarn. Anyway, I don't remember what the name of it is, but it's, yeah, the chenille. But I made an octopus with it, and she'd go around and just like kept walking around and looking at it. It was just like, you know, and she'd like walk off, and I'm like, that's adorable. So we do our whole craft fair, all that. That's whenever I traded also for my sage earrings that I need to wear. I was thinking that the other day. I need to rock those again. But my sage earrings that I got and I made the craft trade for, art trade, those were fun. So right after that, I was like, all right, you know what? So girls walk by how many times now to see this octopus, and it's like just so about it. And she told me that she had a blankie that was made out of that same kind of yarn whenever she was little, like her baby blanket. And so it's like, that's one of like her things that she carries around with her. So it was really cool that the octopus was the same kind of deal. So at the end, I'm like, all right. So I grabbed the octopus and just take it over there. And I'm like, asked her mom, I'm like, is it okay if she has this? And she's like, well, yeah. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm like, here you go, give it to her. She was like cloud nine. It was so cute. And so her mama gave me a plant, and it was like, here's, you know, it got her information, she got mine, all that stuff, because she was just cool as all get out. She's like, whenever I get string of pearls, I'll let you know. I'm like, that would be awesome, thank you. So they were there at the craft fair on Saturday, and it was so cool because I walked in and the little girl was just like just shakes her mom's arm or whatever, and like we get up, because okay, you like walk around the big room. This is another thing that was kind of hosted, just saying. You walk around the big room and that's what it looks like. You're just like on the outskirts. There's a middle aisle, but you can't really tell that there's a middle aisle because it's like this wide, which is where my cousin was. They're seriously like, I mean, it was kind of crazy. I'll go this wide. There was enough to kind of like scooch through, but you couldn't really tell that it was even as big as the room is. You couldn't really tell what it was until you're like, oh, okay, we haven't seen her yet. She must be this way. And that's the only reason we even went down there, because we hadn't seen his cousin yet. So anyway, so we walked down that way. Sure enough, she's down there. Also down there, they said, is the lady with the nursery. So she's like, oh my gosh. She's like, she saw you come in and has watched you the whole way around. It was so excited whenever she saw you. She's like, Mama, I know it's her. She's like, she has the same hair. It's like cracking. I'm like, that's so sweet. And anyway, yeah, Mom, I know it's her. And so anyway, it was so cute. So I'm like, yeah, it's me, you know. And anyway, so I brought it out here to show you all. So I walk up or whatever. She's like, I need to give you, she's like, I want to give you this. She's like, I've been wanting to give you one of these, get a hold of you. She's like, I just haven't. She's like, so I want to give you this. So she gave me a plant, and I'm so excited. It's not exactly a string of pearls. What is it called? Raindrops. It's like a hybrid though of a string of pearls. And let's see, it says believed to be a hybrid of the string of pearls. Raindrops has been, okay, then I guess it's just a hybrid of string of pearls. Alrighty then, whatever, either way, doesn't matter. It's so cool. So she gave me a plant. I was like, oh my gosh, you don't have to do that. And she's like, no. She's like, take it. She's like, I wanted to do that. And anyway, and so I was like asking her, I'm like, how's your octopus holding up? Anyways, she's like, you know, it's good. And I'm like, awesome. And so her mom gave me that, which I was just like, that's so sweet. And I've been told that you're not supposed to say thank you for a plant. Like if someone gives you a plant, you say thank you, then your plant's not going to make it. I'm sure that's like, you know, native folklore, old lifestyles, who knows? But that's what I've heard, that you can't say thank you whenever someone gives you a plant. So I mentioned that to her, and she's like, I kind of heard that, but I don't know. And so anyway, I think if you just like, you know, stay on top of your plants, you're probably good. But anyway, yeah, so I was like, okay, I looked at her, I'm like, so what color octopus do you want now? And anyways, she's kind of looked at me, I was like, wait, forget that. I was like, what would you want? And she's like, a bunny. I was like, all right, I can do that. I can for sure make you a bunny. And so she was so excited. So I'm going to do that for her, because yeah, it was beyond sweet. She was so excited to see me walking around. It was so cute. So that kind of made me want to have a table just for that one thing. But other than that, like, so we went, but I was like, it would have been cool to have my craft stuff there just because, you know, but it was so sweet. So yeah, I make her a bunny. Another craft trade. It's so cool. I love it so much. Yeah, I'm gonna take this and put it with the rest of my plants, but I love it. So, Anyway, so yeah, that was so sweet. Made my day. So we didn't have craft fair, but we went to a craft fair. Like I said, Derek and I celebrated our anniversary, and that was fun. But yeah, I just kind of was exhausted. It just kind of took a little bit off there, which I think was much needed, just because. And so it stinks that we didn't go to the craft fair, but knowing that it wasn't that great makes me feel a whole lot better about it. So yeah, I don't think it would have been worth it. I think if anything, honestly, it would have been kind of like last time where like I was lucky to do whatever, because I'm pretty much sure that it's the same group that was at the other craft fair, just like jumped up and moved to this craft fair. So it's going to be the same ladies. So yeah, anyway, so I didn't want to go and be in the exact same situation I was last time, but like 15 minutes even further from home, you know, be like the same group of ladies. Nothing personal, nothing against them, but same ones that sell things for like less than the skeiny yarn costs. That group that we discussed last time. So that's all right. That gives me some more time, because I was supposed to have one in April, or there was one in April that I was looking at, and then it kind of fell through. There's another one that I've kind of looked into. I've been talking to the lady. I don't know for sure. If I don't do that one, then my next one is May. I have 2 in May, which I think is probably an okay thing. It's like, you know, that sounded really good to like do all the things. I'm not in the health to do all the things by any means. My health is not at all like, hey, do all the things. Also, I feel like it'd be really good, like over the next little bit, then to kind of try to build my inventory for like LuLaRoe and Pure Romance and things, and kind of try to build that so that way at the big craft fairs I like have things already, especially with LuLaRoe, because like with Pure Romance, you know, you can order whatever and it's, you know, like that. But LuLaRoe, it's kind of like if you don't have, you know, because it's closed, it's a little bit different. Like if you don't have the things, people are going to want to like really order the things. Kind of the same thing with Pure Romance, honestly. If it's not on hand, it's probably not as big of a deal. So I'm going to try to do that and get some more inventory and stuff together for the ones in May. And I think I'm just going to take April off, YouTube it, and build inventory, because we're really, really, really wanting to do a family blanket. Like really wanting to do a family blanket. I think that's got to be our April jam. And then I don't have to worry about craft fairs and everything else with that. And I can just be like YouTube focus, and that'll be good. Also, since we're just talking about family blanket, just real quick, I've looked at several different patterns and I can't quite decide. Then the other day, beautiful Miss Margaret emailed me, and she piqued my interest, to say the least. She started another square, like for Crochet-tober, whenever we did the sugar or the skull square. She started another square, and it's a sugar skull, and she's going off of it and making a blanket. And I was just like, oh, okay, that's cool. Because she's like, I'm ready for spooky season. And I was like, can relate. I don't know where it is on here, but this is also a sugar skull blanket. Where the heck is it? It's all weirdly hanging up. I'm afraid to move anything. Yeah, right there. Look how convenient. Sugar skull blanket. So I'm hiding the cabinets in a fridge. I don't know why. I don't know why I even have a backdrop. It's kind of silly. It's just a microwave and some cabinets. Anywho, so she sent me a photo of her skull square and how she was going to make it. And she's like, I'm ready for spooky season. And I was just like, me too. And so it was just like, why do we have to wait until October? You know what I mean? People get to have Christmas in July, like every year. That's the whole thing. Why can't we have spooky season all year long? But why can't we have something really fun in April? Why not? Who's to say, you know? So I think that's what we're going to do. I think, I don't know how much work it's going to, like, I'm going to have to map it out, plan my thing. We're already like on, you know, almost to the end of the month, so I need to figure it out. I think I'm going to have them look at squares and kind of challenge myself. Like on Pinterest, there's a deal, and it's like some lady's Etsy store, but they're little spooky Halloween crochet, obviously crochet, but little spooky There's granny squares. They'll have like a pumpkin or a skull or a witch. Some of them have like candy corn and different things in them. So, of course, I see Halloween stuff all the time and I'm like, save, save, save. And so I think that I might do that. And like one day, but like alternate. So one day make like a kind of more difficult square, and then the next day just do like a regular granny square. And like that, and just kind of make a blanket with like fun squares and the normal squares and still our family blanket. I don't know, because at one point I was going to do, so I have a couple patterns that I've looked at. I've thought about a few different things and I can't really decide on what pattern to use. But I feel like Halloween would be a whole lot of fun. I thought about doing, like whenever we did our very first family blanket, and put the heart granny square in the middle. Tutorial here on YouTube by Ophelia Talks. It's like going to my usual spiel because I said it a million times. But the heart granny square, I thought about doing that, and then just every day someone could pick a middle color for the heart and they could just be different. But I really don't want to make one of those hearts every day because it's a lot of sewing in ends. I'd rather just make like a pumpkin. You still sew in ends, but I don't feel like it's as many ends because there's a lot on that heart. And I do one every day. I don't know. Like, you know. So we'll see. But family blanket next month. Hold off on craft fairs. That's the plan. So, all right, cool. I think it'll be good. Just while we're not really talking about it anymore, but earlier we were talking about our anniversary. I just feel like I should let y'all know what I got for my anniversary. I'm so excited. I was so excited. Like the old school telephones, like the I don't even know what telephones, the ones that hang on your, like, you know, like Lassie's mom has, Timmy's mom, I guess, Lassie's owner. But the, like from Andy Griffith, that phone with like the, what the heck are they called? The little things. Dadgummit. Okay. I don't know if I can heave this or not. I had to have help. We'll see. Oh my gosh. Just to show y'all because I was so dang excited. Old school telephone. It's like it has a face. I always want to remember what that word is. I think it starts with an A, but there's a word for that when things look like they have a face. It's a good word. But anyway, it has the little, oh my gosh, it's heavy. Well, right here where your ring, and then right here's where your earpiece goes. But there isn't one, but that's okay. We looked on eBay and you can find them for not very much. But oh my gosh, I love it so much. It's so cool. So, I'll lay it right here on this stool. That stool I stood on last time. Oh gosh. Oh, it's heavy. But yeah, that stool I stood on last time to show you all my leggings. So I'm gonna put it on. But yeah, that's what I got for our anniversary, and I was like, that's so cool, thank you. So I was very excited about it. So it instantly reminded me of Lassie, and I was just like, what's that, Timmy? You know, what's that, Lassie stuck in a well? Anyway, okay. I think that's all the things. I don't know. So yeah, I wanted to mention that I don't have a craft fair vlog for y'all. I'm sorry. My really cool plant story. I wanted to tell you guys that. Tonight, hopefully see y'all back here at 6 p.m. Central Time. I don't think I said that the first time. Central Time for a partay. Lula Romance partay. So I will put a community post up also, and then about 30 minutes before we start, I'll put a post up. And I think that's it. I don't know. That's all I can think of currently. I have some other videos for y'all this week. Down the rabbit hole we've talked about. Crochet ramblings that I need to do. I don't really know other than that. Mostly prep for April and her family blanket. So I'm pretty excited about that one. So I'll let y'all know for sure what I decide. If y'all want to do a fun blanket with us, you might as well. And then I think a spooky thing sounds like so much fun just because I like spooky. What can I say? So anyway, but yeah, if you guys want to join in, let me know. If there are any other channels that want to join in, let me know. But if you guys want to just join in, then I can, if you want to send them to me, very much like crochet and tell, I can add your photos at the end of the video. Also, speaking of crochet and tell, this is the month that we're doing Jen's patterns, and I have several of you that sent me things of Jen's patterns, and y'all are awesome. Thank you so much for doing that. For real, thank you. I still haven't shown y'all my headband and stuff because I'm trying to keep it cool for that, but yeah, it's been kind of difficult. So anyway, I need to work on my sweater some more. I'm excited about that sweater. It's gonna look so cool. So when Jen was making her really cool sweater, she was like talking about it. It wasn't the sweater video. I think there's like a different one. She was discussing it and was talking about like how she chose this color, you know, and then wanted to like do really fun things for the sleeves. And she's like, you could also use like Premier sweet rolls and like the fruits. And I was just like, I have some of those. I still have dragon fruit because I was supposed to make, whenever I was making my fruit salad blanket, yummy, yummy. But whenever I was making the fruit salad blanket, that's what I was going to put at the bottom. And then I decided to not to because it was more pink than purple. And I couldn't. My brain was just like, no. And so I saved those back, and the color in the dragon fruit matches perfectly with Big Twist Magenta. So the body of my sweater is going to be Big Twist Magenta, and the sleeves are going to be dragon fruit. I'm so excited. It's going to be awesome. I thought about doing like maybe around the neckline and maybe at the bottom like some extra dragon fruit just to kind of bring it all together just because, but I don't know. I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be so cool. So thank you, Jen, for the using fruit yarns idea, because I was just like, oh yeah, I still have those, because I wanted to make a bag. I was like, that's not very exciting. It's not as cool as the watermelon, you know. I know that it won't be, so I'm really glad that I didn't do that and that I waited, because yeah, I think it's gonna be awesome. I'm really excited. So yeah, I think that's it. Just a little catch up recap, I guess, of where I've been for the last like week, because I haven't been on here. Sorry. Thank y'all for your patience, for everything. I appreciate you guys so much more than you even know, because yeah, I've just kind of tapped out for a little bit. But I'm back. Hey y'all. Hey. So yeah, tonight, 6 o'clock p.m. I don't know if hubby will be helping me. I don't know if Finn will be helping me. I don't know if I'll be by myself. I'm not really sure yet. Probably Derek, but I don't know. If not, all right. But this time, I did get these, so there's no confusion. So I got these so I can put the tags, the numbers, and whatever on the thing, and then be like, whatever. And then when you guys want the thing, if you do, once again, this is a no pressure Chanel. Please know that always. If you guys want to come just watch and hang out and giggle, please just come watch and hang out and giggle. You don't have to purchase anything at all. Please know that. Anyway, but whenever people want to purchase things, that way you guys can say like sold 201. And I know that that's what you wanted, instead of being like, oh, I like that, yes. And it's like, do you want it? Or do you know, like that whole thing. Like, it got really confusing. And I've seen a few ladies that do that. We kind of tried to do the number system last time, but I didn't have tape. It was quite the kerfuffle. So I have numbers officially on my other things from last time. And then this time, whenever we do leggings, I'll put them on a hanger and show you all the leggings, put them on a hanger and be like, number 201 is these, and if you guys want them, you can say sold 201. Whoever I see first, that's who gets it. That way it's not like someone's like, yes, I want that, and someone's looking at something else wants that, you know. We're all, that way it's fair. So, all right. Trying to get all the kinks out. So that was my first time last time. So yeah. I think that'll help a whole lot though, the number system, instead of just being like, yes, that one. It's like, which one? What do you mean? And so I think that'll help a whole lot. So yeah, leggings this evening. I have my leggings on. I don't know if I can hike my leg up that high. I'm not very tall. Check them out. Check them out. They're all music, keyboards, and just fun stuff. Lift my leg up. That's not working. Anyway, okay. But yeah. So, let's see. It's like a keyboard and a mixing, what's it called? Like a mix table. I know what the heck it's called, but some records and headphones. And anyway, I didn't keep anything else out of the LuLaRoe stuff. I got these and was just like, so I'm sorry if y'all have musically inclined folks. So do I guess I grabbed these. Also, I feel like I need to show y'all what they look like. So, you know, leggings. They look like leggings. But also, yeah. I couldn't help it. I was just like, oh, those are too cool. Those are so cool. Because, yeah, Finn, Squirrely Dan, and myself all dabble in music. We love to play music. Both sides of my family, that's like their thing. My brother plays instruments, my uncles and my cousins and everybody, like that's our thing. We get together at my grandma's house and go in her bedroom, and everyone sits around and they all have their own guitar. We just sit in a big circle and play together, and it's a really fun time. And so I just listen to everyone play. If you don't have your guitar, sometimes you can just like hype one for my cousin, and that's okay. But yeah, that's like our thing. So I was like, I'm pretty sure I need these pants. So sorry, got me some pants. They're really comfy though. They are indeed buttery soft. I don't know exactly what that's supposed to mean. I know it's supposed to mean like they're redunculously soft, but they are indeed very, very soft. Just saying. So, all right, I'm gonna go because I've rambled on. I don't really have anything to say. I haven't really had anything to say for the last few minutes, but once again, we've met, and I think y'all saw that one coming. All right, so I'm gonna go have shul, aka school. If you're new, hello. Thanks for making it this far. All right, cool. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna have shul. Go do the things that we do normally during the day. The usual. Tonight is leftover night. They have the option of tacos, spaghetti, or fend for yourself. So I'm all hooked up there, so we can come and LuLaRoe it. Pure romance it, Lula romance it, and then have family night or whatever after that. I don't know. We'll see how the things go, but we may just do our own thing because next month we're gonna have family night a lot. So maybe we'll see. But yeah, I'm really excited about our family blanket. It's one of my very favorite things that we do because we have a lot of fun. So I think a spooky one would be a really hip time. And then like maybe your choices don't necessarily have to be spooky. You know, like you don't have to pick a scary movie or a scary song. You can pick just like a fun, regular, whatever. Because okay, if you're new, each night, there's 5 of us. One of us picks a color of yarn to add to our blanket, a fun family activity, a song, and, well, sometimes a movie. It depends on the activity, right? But we have a song, we have a playlist. And so it's not necessarily going to be spooky. They can do whatever the heck they want to. That way, I feel like B and I, ours are going to be spooky every time. I don't know about everybody else, but I can tell you that B and I, we're going to have creepy things. Sorry. So yeah, this is how we roll. But I think that'll be so much fun though, to do like a spooky, scary blanket. And I really think that the one with the squares, I think will be a lot of fun, because I've thought about doing that one for Crochet-tober before, or Crochet-tober. Thought about that, but didn't. And yeah, I think that'll be a good one. I had a name for it the other day. What was it? Oh, darn it. It was something with like Crochet-tober, but somehow April was in it. I don't remember what the heck it was, but try to come up with something really cool to call it. And maybe this will be a new fun thing that we can just be spooky partway through. Like say Christmas gets Christmas in July. I feel like we need Halloween in April. May, June, July, August, September. All of the months. That's just me. So, all right. I will link the pattern. How's that? For the blanket that I'm thinking of making down below. And then if you guys want to get in on it, you'll get in on it. All right. If y'all want to be back here tonight at 6 p.m. Central Time, that would be awesome. So just to hang out even, that would be awesome. Yeah, so I'm excited. Glad to be back. Sorry I took a hiatus. It was much needed. For sure. So, all right. So I thank you all so very, very much for everything, for being patient, for watching my videos whenever it's like, who knows what it's going to be about. My last one was like a dreadlock video. You never know. I got my blonde out. So that's exciting. I didn't finish them or decorate them or anything yet, but I got the blonde out, so that's something. But hey, you never know what's going to be on here, so thank y'all for hanging out. Appreciate you guys. All right, so thank you so very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderfully, wonderfully blessed day. Please stay safe. I'll talk to y'all very, very soon. Actually, very soon.